I'm going to talk you through my plans for this lot. I'm going to make a vegetable gratin. We've got some red onion, some red pepper. I've got some lovely chard leaves and I've separated out the stalks. I'm going to chop the stalks. It's going to be mixed up a bit like a spinach pie. So I'm going to mix up, I've actually got some ricotta, some parmesan. I'm going to add some egg to it. That will get mixed in, maybe a little bit of nutmeg. Then it'll have a breadcrumb top. So I've got some panko breadcrumbs. I've got some butter there that I'm going to melt with garlic. I've got a load of herbs that I will put in the crumb. There's parsley, tarragon and chives. And we'll see how it turns out. Starting with some olive oil in a pan. Oh, I need to open that. Just a spritz. It's going to be a low heat. I don't want to colour the onions. I just want to saute them till they're soft. So the onions are going to go in first because they take the longest to cook. I love this pan. It's from Neverton Foundry. It's spun iron. It is so noticeable when I cook on it. And how effective it is at conducting heat. When I wash it up, I don't put any detergent in it. I just swill it out with water and a nylon brush, and then I rub it over with oil to season. And it's incredible because it does act as a non-stick. Anyway, enough of that. So my onions are cooking nice and slowly. I'm just going to prepare the mixture that I will eventually mix into the gratin. So I've got, this is going to be for, I don't know how many it can be for until I've made it, but it's hopefully going to be for 4 people. I've got 150 grams of ricotta and I've got 50 grams of grated parmesan. I'm putting in, I've got a duck egg. I've always made this with duck egg. So in the recipe, I'm going to suggest just one egg plus 1 egg yolk, because a duck egg, as you can see, has the most fantastic yolk. And so that will all be mixed up, and I will season this with some salt and pepper, and this is what we'll stir through the vegetables once the vegetables are cooked. The onions are nice and soft now, so the red pepper, which I've cubed, that's going to go in next. I'm going to cook that. In fact, I'm going to season it. I'm going to give it all a little bit of salt and some pepper. And so this will cook now for another 5 minutes, and then I will be adding in the charred stalks. I'm now going to add to the pan about 25 grams of butter. And I've got all of the charred stalks. That's going to go in. And again, I'm going to, oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to cook that for about 5 more minutes. So the last time I made this, I was making it when the children were quite a bit younger, so I didn't put spices in it, and I seasoned it with nutmeg, but the children aren't here, and in fact they like spicy now. So, and I do tend to put chilli in everything, so I've got some chilli flakes, and I am just going to put, you don't need a lot, just a few bits in there. This is colourful and gorgeous, and at this point also I will preheat the oven to 200 degrees, and I have a tin ready that I will be able to put it all in for the oven. Now it's just the last bits going in, which is the leaves. You just have to fold them in. So it looks like a lot, but as you know, it cooks right down. I've also just tasted it, and it does need a bit more salt. Let's just get those leaves to wilt down. This looks gorgeous. Ouch, ouch. I've taken it, I've turned the heat off. I've then got my cheesy egg mixture, which I'm going to stir in, give it one last stir. There we go. This is the sort of mixture I would, if I was making one of those spinach pies. Oops. And I'm going to stir that through. So it's all mixed in. This pan, the problem with this pan is it gets really hot and it's really heavy. I'm just going to tip that all into the pan. God, I can't, this smells amazing. This is just vegetable deliciousness. So looking at it now, as a side, this is easily going to feed 6 people. If you were just having this as a vegetarian dish for dinner, this will feed 4 hungry people. I've still got the crumble to put on. Panko breadcrumbs, now the quantity, I do a couple of handfuls. You could do a couple of cup sizes, or I'm guessing that's going to be 50 or 60 grams, 50 grams of panko breadcrumbs. I've got about 30 grams of butter that I have melted with garlic. So I'm going to stir that into the breadcrumbs so that they get completely coated with the butter. You don't want it to be too clumpy. And then I've got a mixture of just whatever soft herbs that you like. I've got, because I've got them in the garden, I've got chives, tarragon and parsley. So those are, oh, just got a hit of garlic. How lovely. There's my gorgeous vegetables, the colours, honestly, that is just summer harvest. I always find it easier to do this with my hands. So I'm now going to sprinkle this. Oh, just the smell of the herbs all over. Use it all. I've done quite a lot of breadcrumbs because I like it. Got to get my carbs from somewhere. And as I said, that's going to go in the oven at 200 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until those breadcrumbs are nice and brown. If they're not brown at the end of 15 to 20 minutes, just flash it under the grill. Well, it smells good. There is the finished gratin. It's beautiful. Yum. Oh, there's Big Nose. Can you see Big Nose? That is a super healthy, delicious supper. Can you see it? Gorgeous.